Hello, this is Lindsay. Welcome back to my channel. I hope all of you had a wonderful Merry Christmas yesterday. I feel like it's been a little while since I've done a video, even though I think it's only been a couple of days. But I have a few things to share with you today and a little bit of a tutorial and showing off some different things. So there are two main parts to this video. The first one is to show you some new packs that Magnolia Seed over on Etsy has available. She sent me one. Love it. Need to check out her shop. And we're going to do kind of play with them and make a few things. And then also a new ephemera pack that I have just finished called Eastern Nature that is now available in my shop digitally or printed if you don't have a printer, and I will ship it to you. And we're going to, I just grabbed a book we're going to use with that. We're going to use some of them together. So here is what was sent to me from the Magnolia Seed. I already kind of opened it, so she had it a little bit nicer packaged. But I don't know if these will be live in her shop today or not. She said that she was still working on getting them in her shop, but you need to go over to her shop and follow her shop and follow her, subscribe to her YouTube channel so you will know exactly when they are ready. So there's this adorable little pin. I love it. So cute. Would be perfect for anything. I love her color choices. I say that every time she sends me something. I love how she puts colors together. And then she made some beaded dangles. And then there's like some pieces of lace. Oh, very, very pretty. Some pieces of fabric. Beautifully curated. The colors are so gorgeous together. And then in the second part is the wallpaper part, and she's made some lovely, and I've pulled out, we're going to be working with a couple of them today. She's made some lovely little stitched wallpaper pouches. I adore them. They are so useful. Definitely she's given me ideas of what to do with my wallpaper. We're also going to be working with this. She made a little booklet, and we're going to be turning it into kind of like my version of a booklet journal. And then here's some longer pockets that I think these are great for floating pockets in journals, kind of like a bookmark, but you could put maybe some washi tape samples in here, or just things that you want to decorate your journal with. So as you're moving it from day to day, you'll have a few things to use. Sometimes I like to bring a journal. I don't get to work in my personal junk journal that much because I'm so busy and I don't take time for it. Sometimes I like to take it with me. If I take my boys to like one of those in-ground playgrounds and they're playing and jumping on the bouncy houses and they have tables and for the parents to like sit at, I like to have a little pouch with some washi tape and a few cutouts, stuff like that, that I can use in my journal. And so I think those would be incredible for that. I'm not working with these today because they are a little bit of a different theme than what I'm working with. These go much better with my theme today. So we're going to be working with the smaller ones, but these will definitely, you will see them in the journals I make or the journals I use. I will probably put one in my personal journal because I just can't help it. I love these. They're so pretty. She was so kind to send me a pack. And so we're going to set aside the rest of this kit. If you've purchased from her before, you know her prices are really good for what you're getting. She has a natural sense of color. I do, but mine is not perfect. It's like this, oh yeah, it works. Hers is like perfect. And it's just, every time I look at it, I just makes my eyes happy. So I just wanted to say that about her pack, but I've pulled a couple things out because we're going to be playing with these and just kind of creating and decorating. Even the little bit of wallpaper she used to hold it together, you could use as a tab in your journal. I think that is so neat. If you know me, you know I like to make all the parts of a packaging if possible. usable. So here's the kit. I've printed it on 2 different types of paper because we're going to be doing different things. So it is available digitally. So you can print it on different pieces of paper or types of paper. Or it is available printed, and it will be printed on this ivory 110-pound cardstock. However, if you want it on plain white, you can leave that in the notes section, and I can print it on that, no problem. So it is 45 images. It is called Eastern Nature, and this time, instead of doing the 9 to a page, all the same size, I took a suggestion from Joanne over at Junk Journal Treasures. She and I were talking about what would be most useful for a crafter in digital images or printed images, and she said a variety of sizes. And I do totally agree with her. I was actually really scared to try to do a variety of sizes. I was not very comfortable with the software, but I have been getting more comfortable. I just bought the newest version of Photoshop Elements, which is very much like Photoshop Elements 15 that I did have. But if you saw a few videos before, I had accidentally bought a pirated version. It no longer worked on my new computer, and I had to upgrade. So I upgraded, but I haven't really noticed much of a difference, thankfully. Because I tried a trial of a regular Photoshop and I was in over my head. So I like how we have different sizes here. So you can, even the little tiny ones, and usually I stay away from ones this small, but Tim Holtz has little tiny bits and pieces, and I think they're really useful sometimes. So I did add some of those. So you see there's little ones. These are all nature, and they're all from Japan and China. They're all antique. They're all in the public domain, and you can use them. Each image I have cropped down just a little bit because the scanned images where I got them from, they had all sorts of extra stuff on the edge. So I'm getting more bold and starting to clean up images a little bit, and I like how they came out. You could use some of these. Here's a peacock, here's a rooster. You could use them as like bookmarks. I have like a bunch of little ones down the side. I even have some really big ones for bigger journaling cards. I just love all these nature images. Most of them are from Japan, if I didn't say that already. Some of them are from China. They're very old. And I just thought it was just something new that I hadn't done before. And I thought you guys might enjoy that. So we're going to do a couple of things with them. Let me grab my scissors. All right, so the first thing that we are going to do is make little stuffed ephemera packets. And these would be incredible for gluing into your journal or sending as happy mail or something like that. So let me think, how do I want to do this? We're going to do a couple from each. So we're going to start off with the ivory. I'm going to start with this pouch. It's not really a tutorial as much as it's just kind of like watch how I think and watch my process, which is not always the best, but I'm just kind of going for the images that I think will go well in there, and we're going to stuff it up. Why I think it would be really great to send in Happy Mail is because you're giving somebody, I'm going to use my gold ink, you're giving somebody a whole bunch of little bits and pieces that they can turn around and reuse. And I allow with my digitals, I'm not saying everybody does, but I think that it is really nice if you buy a digital version and you have the printer and you can print them off, that you print them and cut them out, ink them, turn them into some kind of project like this, send them to somebody who doesn't have either the money to buy it or the printer or whatever, and you can send them a little bit of love, and yet you're not really using it up because you can just reprint it for yourself. I don't think, like, you don't want to reprint, you know, just the sheets and not, what am I saying? I'm distracted trying to find my trash can. You don't want to just print out the sheets and sell them. But with mine, I am totally fine. If you have Happy Mail and you want to print out one of the collections and send it to somebody, or print out a page from one of the collections, I'm all for sharing. I'm not all about just making money. I'd rather make people happy and make their days. So, you know, don't just print them and sell them, but you can sell what you make with them. But if you want to print them out and, you know, send them to somebody as a Happy Mail, then I'm all for that. I'm for sharing and giving. All right. So I'm just cutting out some of these. I love the ancient, well, I guess I should say antique, not ancient, but the antique lettering on them as well. I don't know how many I'm going to put in here before I go over to the white and make some back to cards, but I'm just seeing all these beautiful, beautiful images. I have not gotten to craft with this set yet, so I am enjoying myself as well. I just finished it this morning. I was working on it a little bit on Christmas Day, and my husband's like, "What are you working?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, but it's really playing." I mean, yes, it's working, but I love it. All right, so maybe one or two more, and then I'm going to go over, do a different type of card. Let's see. Oh, here's a little, This is kind of a small pouch, so trying to find the right size. And I like them sticking out a little bit. I think that's okay. So I hope all of you did have a Merry Christmas. If you got anything super amazing that you'd like to share, put it in the comments below. I love seeing what other people got because it gives me ideas for my crafty wish list. Over on my Facebook group today, we've been talking about that. So if you haven't joined my Facebook group, you might want to go ahead and do that. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside and then join in on our discussion about all things Christmas. All right, so here we go. Here's just printed on white presentation paper. That's where this little book comes in, and I wish I could I do not know if this is Chinese, Japanese, what it is. If anybody does know, please let me know so that I can say correctly. But it is this Eastern type, you know, script, and we're gonna use it for some journal cards. All right, make sure I don't double use here, but I guess that would still be okay if we use two of the same image, right? And I'm going to do some sewing, and I don't have my sewing machine in my filming room. So in a minute, I will come back with them sewn once I finish here. Did I do this one? So many of these bird ones are so gorgeous, but they are similar. And I was like, did I already cut that one out? So pretty. So I've been starting to watch some mini album tutorials. Not that I'm really going to make mini albums. I don't think I'm into the perfection of those. I think that would be difficult for me. I tend to like to just do it and see how it comes out and embrace the imperfection. And a lot of times those mini albums, in my opinion, they're so perfect that I don't even know if I could be that perfect. But I'm getting ideas for my journals. And if you have a favorite mini album maker or whatever channel on YouTube, let me know so I can check it out. I'm in total awe over some of them, but I'm getting little ideas that I can use in my junk journals. Okay, I think we'll do maybe one more here. All right, so I'm going to just get a glue stick, tack these down on the paper, and then I can sew around them. So let's move these out of the way. Here we go. Grab my glue stick, which hopefully has enough glue in it. I might have to go run and get another one. I'm just putting a little bit to tack it down because I will be sewing. But if you guys are not going to be sewing and you're just going to glue it, make sure that you add more glue or use adhesive tape, double-sided tape, or something like that. I just want to add a little more texture, and since this little pocket already has stitching on it, I think adding extra stitching is going to be really neat. right, that's empty now. But I had enough. So after I've done that, I'm just going to grab my scissors again and trim to the edges. Does not have to be perfect. One thing that really has been inspiring me about the mini albums is the matting, and then you can tuck things under the edge of the matting. I think that's what they call it, page matting. And you can have like flip outs and things like that, and yet it looks so clean and crisp. And so I'm gonna try a couple things like that in some of my journals, I think. I know Genevieve does a lot like that, and I know Jessica over at I'm a Cool Mom takes inspiration from things like that as well for her junk journals. So I'm familiar with them a little bit. Well, definitely with Jessica. She's one of my junk journal pals, and Genevieve is so sweet. All right, so I'm gonna go sew these and I will be right back. Okay, so I am back and I have stitched around them. I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit here. Okay, I'm gonna grab my gold ink again and just add a little bit of gold to the edges here. I pulled a couple other things here to decorate the front in just a minute. And I'll show you how awesome that back looks. I think I'll add a little gold there as well. There we go. Okay. So we're going to grab our little pouch that we've been putting ephemera into, and we're going to tuck in. I'm just going to find a couple places to tuck in. These little pouches will be for sale in my Etsy shop, so you can click that link below. I'm saying that now because if you're not going to watch to the end of the video, but you'd like one of these pouches, then definitely stay tuned. So we have all of those pieces, stuffed pieces in there. Lovely little pouch. And then I've brought, I could have used some of the lace that I caught in the kit from Magnolia Seed, but this is a piece from my collection that is similar, but I've already cut a piece off. So I decided to go ahead and use this, but you could definitely use a piece from hers if you buy her kit. And then I grabbed a little bit of doily. Well, I grabbed a whole doily. I'm just cutting off a little bit of the doily. And we're going to go back to our images here and find one of the little ones, maybe. Here we go. Over on this side, there's a bunch of little ones. I think this one is very pretty. Hopefully I'm in frame. I zoomed in so you could see the details a little better, and then I don't know if I'm in frame always. Oh, and I dropped it. Okay. What? So as you can see, we've been crafting with these images, but there is still a lot left. I'm just going to ink that up. See, it has a little bird and some flowers. I'm going to stitch that and then glue it on the front. I will be right back. So here is what I came up with for the front snippet piece. It's kind of a little snippet. I just stitched that on, and then I took a safety pin and put on this rose gold rose, and then that is going to go right there. How beautiful is that? Let me grab my glue. You could also use any of these in her kit and clip them on the same way. I'm a little bit of a hoarder, and well, I try not to be, but sometimes I am. And since I just got those beautiful bangles, I am not quite ready to give them up yet. I will use them in a very special project or put them in my personal journal. So I am using a gold pin, and I really wanted to use one of these rose gold charms that I just got. So let me make sure my glue has not been used in a few days and It is not ready to play. There we go. All right. So pretty. I'm going to take my gold ink again and just add some gold all the way around the pouch. So what I love about these pouches, they're like a started blank canvas. They give you an idea to get started, but then the rest is so totally up to you, how you want to turn it into your own. If we each had this same pouch, every single one would be different because we're all different and we're going to do it in different ways. So how pretty is that? Then I thought on the back, if I used just a little bit of this as kind of some collage paper, maybe we could just add a little bit on the back. Ink it up with my gold ink, grab a little glue. I'm gonna get messy here. Come on, ink. I mean, glue. Kind of out of the swing of things because of Christmas. This weekend we have more visitors coming and I have a day or two to get a bunch done. And so, yep. If I had a glue stick here, I would probably use that. I'm gonna go tip this upside down so that it's ready to go. All right. Perfect, I love it. And then we could even take one more of these tiny little ephemera pieces and layer it in the back for more added interest. I'm looking, where's that? Here we go. Which one? Maybe this really pretty bird. It stands out and the black will go well. I'm liking this tiny size already. I really didn't think that I would use it that much, but as you can see, I'm gravitating toward it. Let me know too in the comments below what sizes you like in your ephemera packs, because I can always experiment. Not all ephemera packs have to be the same. Okay. There we go. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Oh, I just love how that came out. How pretty is that? So pretty. Now we're already at 22 minutes for this video, so I'm actually going to do something interesting here and end it. It's very interesting, right? I was going to decorate these two as well, but as you can see, that video would be really, really long. So I'm just going to talk through how you could do the same thing, stuff it with ephemera, put your little snippet here on the front, and then the same thing with this little book. You could clip in different ephemera, different things like that, decorate the back, same principles. I just ran out of time for decorating, and that is fine, but this little wallpaper pouch, this will be available in my shop, so you can get it and put it in your journal. And also the ephemera pack is available digitally and printed, and you go over to Magnolia Seed on Etsy so you can get one of her wallpaper and lace kits as well. Thank you, all of you, for watching this and crafting along with me. I think we made something totally adorable. If you can't afford to buy, or you would rather not purchase my ephemera pack or her wallpaper kit, you can use cardstock, make a little pouch, and you can cut out pictures from magazines or, you know, whatever books or anything you have laying around and make your own little pouch. So have a lovely day.